For 9 exhaustive years, researchers meticulously tracked a ticking celestial clock, following every astronomical sign and mapping it all out across the night sky, until the calendar pointed dead center to September 2026. The most popular countdown in the world was about to hit zero, but right before the final alarm sounded, they realized a fatal astronomical mistake had been made, a massive miscalculation that changes absolutely everything about this timeline. So, what hidden countdown was actually triggered during a 1 in 7,000 year event? To answer that, we have to look at a fascinating study of findings originally brought forward by the Five Doves channel, and as a quick note requested for their community, prayers for the Watchmen channels are very much appreciated, and give a hype and like please with a link to their work below in the description box. Okay, so when you impartially examine their massive data set, a secret alarm was suddenly tripped. But why does the moon's position suddenly dictate the end of a prophetic calendar?
Section 1. The Revelation 12 Phenomenon.
Okay, let's dive into this. Because on September 23rd, 2017, the constellation Virgo appeared perfectly clothed in the sun, with the moon at her feet and crowned by 12 stars. This flawless match to ancient texts is a phenomenon researchers proved only happens once in 7,000 years. But how does this rare alignment connect to the Greek word harpazo, which translates to being caught up or snatched away, specifically referring to a male child being rescued from danger? Now, little did anyone know, the human ribcage actually holds a shocking numeric secret regarding this exact rescue event. But we will get to that terrifying biological code a bit later. First, we have to ask, how does a literal planetary pregnancy activate a ticking clock and set this entire timeline in motion?
Section 2. The Jupiter Gestation Countdown.
It turns out the massive planet Jupiter stayed precisely within Virgo's anatomical womb area for exactly 293 days, which perfectly mirrors a human late-term pregnancy of 41 weeks and 6 days. But how does a prophetic day for a year calculation project this exact number into the future? The study breaks those 293 days down into exactly 9 months and 20 days, which translates directly to a leap forward of 9 years and 20 days, landing us directly in the year 2026. The timeline seems undeniable at first glance. Yet just as this traumatic leap forward in time is established, we are forced to wonder why the most popular, widely accepted date for this culmination is mathematically impossible.
Section 3. Debunking September 11th. Many researchers firmly target September 11, 2026 as the grand climax of this celestial calendar. But how does a strict celestial rule regarding the moon completely invalidate their claims? When systematically scanning the skies from 2018 through 2025, investigators noted how the moon continually failed to be strictly positioned under the feet of Virgo by crossing the exact ecliptic longitude required, meaning all these previous years failed the necessary criteria. But if all these years fail the test, how does this exact same lunar metric definitively expose the fatal flaw in the widely accepted September 11th theory? The data shows an undeniable contrast, where on September 11th, the sun is entirely out of position in Leo and the moon is far from the feet, meaning it is a complete bust based on their own astronomical rules. But if September 11th is mathematically and astronomically wrong, what exact hour on October 12th suddenly fits the ancient criteria perfectly? Section 4. The October 12th Alignment. The hard data proves that the October 12, 2026 alignment is flawless, placing a tiny 4.1% crescent moon at the exact ecliptic longitude just below Virgo's foot precisely at 6:11 p.m. Jerusalem time. But as this massive puzzle piece powerfully locks into place, what ancient Genesis stream detailing the sun, the moon, and exactly 11 stars bowing down suddenly turns this entire theory on its head? The study logically points out the stream refers to the church rather than Israel, and will actually uncover the terrifying mystery of the missing 12th star very shortly, which changes everything. But first we have to ask, how is this cosmic bowing literally spelling out a hidden message in the night sky right now?
Section 5. Joseph and the 11 Stars.
If you examine the standard stick figure of the constellation Virgo, it contains exactly 11 main stars, but only if you intentionally exclude star 107 on the foot, which begs the question, how do these remaining stars literally spell out the Hebrew name for Joseph, the one receiving the worship? The study meticulously walks through how the Hebrew letters map perfectly. The Yod to the main body, the Vav precisely below the stick, the Samek formed around the womb, and the Pei resting at the end with a hook, creating an anti-clockwise 286-degree angle pointing straight to October 13th. But just as this hidden astronomical shape is revealed, what mathematical proof ties this all back to the exact year 2026?
Astoundingly, the Hebrew Strong's number for the word worship is 7812, which perfectly equals the sum of the upcoming Gregorian year 2026 and the current Hebrew year 5786.
The math is undeniably stunning across two completely different calendar systems, but as this calculation aligns perfectly, we have to ask, how do the official star catalog numbers hide an identical, chilling secret? Now, what's really interesting about this slide is exactly that. Let's see how this builds, because the 10th star is officially catalog number 99, and the 12th star is number 107. And adding them together gives you exactly 206, which is yet another direct, undeniable pointer to the year 2026. The climax of this celestial calendar seems utterly resolved. The astronomical geometry and the math are entirely flawless. But how does the Gospel of John suddenly unlock a terrifying double witness that absolutely no one saw coming? Section 6. The Final Biblical Witness.
The study violently pivots to a New Testament connection, focusing on the moment the Apostle John lies on Jesus' breast, which happens precisely in verse 6:11. But how does this number perfectly synchronize with the exact time of sunset in Jerusalem? Joseph's status as the sixth tribe of Israel, combined with his 11th birth order, naturally aligned with John's verse 6:11, undeniably anchoring a 6:11 p.m. timestamp. But as we confirm this exact sunset time, what happens if you count John's total verses entirely backwards?
Impartially mapping out the final calculation, if you start at the very end of the Bible in Revelation 22:21 and you count backwards exactly 206 verses, you predictably land directly on Revelation 12:5, the exact harpazo rapture verse confirming 2026 once again. This stunning double witness completely locks the timeline into place. But while the cosmic and biblical alignments are settled, what shocking biological code is somehow buried directly inside the human ribcage? Looking closely at human anatomy, the breast anatomically overlies the 2nd to the 6th ribs, elegantly spanning exactly 10 ribs in total across both sides, which the study suggests mysteriously signifies the 10th month, October. We are looking at a hidden biological timeline built into our very anatomy. But as we reveal this anatomical correlation, what does the specific Greek word for breast numerically prove about this rapidly approaching autumn evening? The study notes that the Greek word stethos, meaning breast, has a geometric value of 787, which perfectly matches the new Hebrew year 5787 that officially begins that very evening on October 12th. The calendar transition is undeniably locked in by language, astronomy, and math. But how does the very first pair of human ribs mysteriously confirm the exact hour this event is predicted to take place? By closely examining the first pair of ribs, they remarkably mirror a 6:11 shape on the left and a 6:11 shape on the right, firmly anchoring the 6:11 p.m. timestamp one final time. This brilliantly illustrates how the source's intricate puzzle perfectly merges the stars, the ancient text, and human anatomy. But as this cosmic countdown reaches absolute zero, what does it truly mean for humanity when this timeline finally runs out? We're left with the source channel's chilling final sign-off. I'll see you in the air, brethren, forcing us as focused learners to impartially ponder the sheer mathematical improbability of all these alignments occurring together by pure chance. When you compile the gestation periods, the catalog numbers, the verse counts, and the exact position of the moon, the data is overwhelming, leaving us to endlessly wonder, are the stars truly keeping a schedule we are only just beginning to comprehend?